depends on the member states. The correlation between the gigawatts and the 30% is of that nature that we have a different rollout of renewable auctions in the member states. I mean, there is much more established already in terms of gigawatts in some member states, and in others we are lacking dramatically behind. So there would be a certain automatism if a member states would have established already a great number of gigawatts. They would then easily go beyond the 30% threshold, which is established so far. So in a way, it is, I wouldn't say a double cap, but there's a 30% cap, and on the other hand, it's a cap related to the gigawatt. What is the advantage or disadvantage? The gigawatt secondary cap, which was the Council very much insisting on, is static. Because, I mean, if you're going to establish more gigawatt, you would then fall even beyond the 30%. So I think it's the combination of the two. I mean, the 30% are up to the member states, but they have the obligation for 30% of the auctions. The gigawatt is somehow correlating with the 30% ambition, but what's interesting is this trajectory reference, because that is most likely the Commission doing a kind of study on that and is expected to amend the directive, I think, in the next 2 or 3 years, although I have to admit that there is not an automatism. It's really depending on a feasibility study by the Commission, but you can expect that by that there's a certain dynamism. But there is no obligation in the regulation that we oblige the members to individually to take this or that auction. It's a 30% threshold.